would you do that? We're in the endgame now.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Thor 4, which is called Thor, Love and Thunder. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to grab that subscribe button. We do Marvel, DC, pop culture content all week long, and we are currently giving away Endgame on Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, or digital download. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let me know down below, why should I pick you? So, what is good, YouTube? So, it's only been a few weeks since this movie was officially announced at San Diego Comic-Con back in the middle of July. But the rumors, they are getting pretty fire. The latest rumor is going to surprise you if you've clicked on this video. It's most likely due to the name in the title. So we have already had rumors of Cate Blanchett Hela returning for this movie because she essentially didn't die because there was no body. And if you go by comic book logic, that means she still is alive and she is hella strong. You know, hella strong. So that is cool. So we know that Taika Waititi is directing the movie. He's also getting a big role, thanks to sources saying that Gorr is going to have a smashing part in this movie. And also, we were surprised at San Diego Comic-Con of the return of Natalie Portman, who will be playing Jane Foster. They've already revealed major plot points saying she will be wielding Thor's first hammer, although Loki is going to have to bring it back with him from the timeline where he came from, because obviously he pieced out with the Tesseract in Endgame when they went back in time to get the stones. So he's going to bring the hammer back, but he's going to have to be worthy to wield it. So let's address the rumor. We are addressing the rumor today. So the rumor going around is Ryan Gosling, the major Hollywood star who has never really been in my eyeline for appearing in any Marvel movie. But weirder things are happening. I mean, Angelina Jolie, she's a cool actor. She played Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. She's going to be in the Eternals movie. So is Ryan Gosling going to be playing Gorr the God Butcherer, or will he be playing Beta Ray Bill? So there are rumors out there. I've been told that he potentially could be lined up to be the villain of the Thor movie. So what is the evidence? What is the proof? So recently it was revealed to me that Taika Waititi has been seen in a meeting with Ryan Gosling. So speculation that the Oscar nominee could join in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been mounting. So is he going to be playing the villain of the movie? Well, he could be. He really could be. If you remember, Mark Hamill, who is world famous for playing Star Wars and being the Joker essentially in the Arrowverse, kind of, he is also being rumored to be the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but James Gunn only said this to him. They just had a lunch. They had lunch, they're friends, they kind of live very close to each other, they're pretty much neighbors, and they just had a meeting, they had lunch. So is Ryan Gosling going to be the villain of the latest Thor movie? Well, we're not going to know this for a long time because they're not going to start shooting this movie till next year, I believe it is. So it is interesting. So guys, let me know, is Ryan Gosling going to be playing Gorr the God Butcherer? But first, let's talk about who is Gorr the God Butcherer. Now, this is a famous comic book storyline that essentially took 3 different variations of Thor to take him out. And it's a bit ironic that we've already got Thor. We know that Natalie Portman playing Jane Foster is going to play Mighty Thor. So is Beta Ray Bill going to be playing the other kind of Thor? And he will have Stormbreaker. And essentially, could this lead to Thor making a new weapon in Thor 4? Yeah, sure, bro. I really think that happens. So who is the Gorr? Who is Gorr the God Butcherer? Let's go back into a little bit of his backstory, because it is really interesting how he came to become the God Butcherer. So just so you know, Gorr is actually spelled G-O-R-R. So the origin of this character is very interesting. 3,000 years ago, on a planet without a name, Gorr lived a life of death and torment. His mother died protecting him from predators, and his wife and child to the harness of his homeworld. Also, despite Gorr's prayers to save them and the ritual sacrifice that his family made, no god answered his prayers. These events led him to curse, and he was cast out by the tribe. Wandering the scattered deserts, Gorr witnessed 2 gods fall to the ground, locked in combat. One god was already dead, however, the other asked Gorr for help. This infuriates Gorr, and Gorr said, "Where were you when my children were starving? When my wife was screaming for your help? Where were you then? Where were you when we needed our gods? At this point, the dead god's weapon binds itself to him, and in a blind rage, Gorr stabs the injured god to death. Wondering if there are more gods to slaughter, God picks up the weapon and sets off into space on a vendetta against all gods. Hence the name Gorr, the God Butcherer. Now, like I said, guys, he has got a lot of backstory. Essentially, it took 3 Thors to take him down, but he did. He got taken down eventually, but it is interesting. So I think Ryan Gosling would play a very good Gorr. I mean, I'm not really basing that off much. He is a very good actor, so to speak, in his own right in what he's done. But he obviously could be playing Beta Ray Bill. There's multiple people, but it is looking likely that he could be playing someone. So it's a very interesting backstory. So in the future, the far, far future, Gorr has taken control of the universe and enslaved the majority of the remaining gods. He constantly sends his constraints to battle. Now, aged Thor in what remains of Asgard. Eventually, Skyfather Thor is overwhelmed by black berserkers, but is rescued by present Thor and 2 set out to defeat Gorr once and for all. So it would be a pretty badass story to bring to the MCU. So essentially, Gorr enslaved a load of gods, and then essentially it took 3 different variations of Thor throughout the whole timeline to take him down. Now, why is this interesting? Because as I said, Jane Foster's coming back. They've already told us that she is going to have Thor's hammer. So that is 1 Thor. 2 Thor being the original Thor, and maybe Beta Ray Bill could be a variation of Thor in the MCU, maybe, if he could storm Stormbreaker. And as I said previously in this video, Thor could get a new hammer, he could wield, he can make a new hammer pretty easily. So Gorr, the God Butcherer, has been rumored as one of the villains of this movie, although there is another, like, rumored villain, and that's why people think Natalie Portman is returning. Because there's another villain in this movie that is being heavily rumored, but obviously Ryan Gosling isn't going to play a girl. So Entrances is an Asgardian goddess and has immense magical power, sorcerer. She's kind of like Loki in a way. She's been backed by years of experience. She is one of Thor's greatest and most powerful foes. No, not only because of her immense power, but also because of him being a love interest, which is interesting. So we don't really know who the villain for this movie will be, but it would be pretty compelling if they could get an actor like Ryan Gosling to play a villain. Obviously, Ryan Gosling wouldn't play a kind of female Asgardian goddess, so to speak. But it is interesting because more and more A-lister Hollywood actors are trying to get in the MCU because they see an MCU movie hit over 1 billion and they want that Marvel money. And it would make sense. Ryan Gosling has done a lot in his career, kind of like Keanu Reeves has done a lot in his career. Everyone is seeming to try and get into Marvel at the moment, so it would make a lot of sense if Ryan Gosling's meeting did turn out to be him appearing in the MCU in some capacity. So let me know, guys, down below what you think. Before this video went live, I would have put out a Dark Avengers video. So if you haven't seen that yet, I think you should check that out because that's a pretty cool video. We essentially go over all the hidden secret Marvel movies that have been revealed online. Actually, this was revealed just before San Diego Comic-Con, but I wanted to do a kind of better breakdown, a more in-depth breakdown of what exactly is happening. And it appears that Marvel has already lined up multiple movies beyond Phase 5, beyond Phase 6. They know what they're doing for the next 10 years, although they haven't officially said it. There is compelling evidence. So, guys, at the 100,000 subscriber mark, we will be giving away a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X. All you got to do is stay subscribed to the channel so you know all the latest and greatest updates, competition giveaway, as we do them fairly often. So, like always, guys, if you do want to subscribe to the channel, make sure you do. That will help the channel massively. And also, if you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at Warstu. That is the best place you can talk to me. I reply back to every single DM, but sometimes I get bombarded with them, so bear with me, but I will get back to you. If you do want to interact with me, if you've got any theories you want me to go over, just hit me up, warstubusiness@gmail.com, and I will be going over theories on Fridays, I think, from now on. Fan Theory Friday. Yeah, I think that's when I'll be doing it. So if you've got any videos you want me to make, or any requested videos or anything like that, or if you're a brand and you want to work with me, all you got to do is hit me up on the business email address. That is always in the link in the description down below. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in that next video very soon. Catch ya later.